Hi everyone. Today I'm going to cover few cloud interview related terminology. I have already covered few interview tips, terminology and most commonly asked questions during the cloud interviews. I also covered few third-party tools which we may use based on your requirement. So you can use all this terminology and the tools for the different purposes. So I'm going to continue those terminology parts here. Let us get into our topic. So SLA, SLO, SLI and error budgeting. Especially the first three are most commonly used terminology. Even if you are coming across Azure, AWS and the GCP, SLA is a key area when you choose your service. For example, your requirement says that you have to use the application services, but at the same time, every application has their own SLA. That means my application uptime should be 99.9999 times, right? But your app service is not supporting that. Similarly, Amazon EC2 instance, probably that is 3 nines, but your application is expecting to have maybe 6 nines or 9 nines based on the criticality of your application. That is where the SLA comes into the picture. It's just not into the cloud terms. Even if you are giving some project to some vendor for the support, so you will set up the SLAs, you will set up the SLOs, and you will also define what are the SLIs. So these are the three important parameters when you are taking some services from the other vendors. Even your Azure, AWS are the vendors because you are taking the services from them in the form of the cloud related services. So coming to this service level agreement, it's an agreement between provider and client about measurable metrics like uptime, responsiveness and responsibilities. If you see either AWS, Azure or GCP, whatever the services you take, there are certain responsibilities which will be performed by the cloud vendor and certain responsibilities will be performed by you yourself. At the same time, they are responsible for the uptime. They already define what is their uptime of that particular service. Each service have the SLA, how much is uptime. If it, for example, they are promising you 4 nines of the service availability, but unfortunately for that past month, that was available only for the 99%. There are some terms that you can claim the loss of that money. So you have to go through all the documents, how you can claim and all those stuff. That is a different process. But ultimately here you just need to understand what is service level agreement. Okay. Similarly, service level objectives. So the objectives your team must hit to meet that agreement. So there are we are setting up some objectives to meet that particular agreement. Those are the service level objectives. Service level indicator. Okay, what is that indicates? The real numbers of the performance. How the promised performance was something. Okay, and now the performance is different. So you should have some numbers, the metrics, right? So those indicators is nothing but service level indicators. They said 24/7 support will be provided, but unfortunately they could not provide. There must be some indicator that it says that something went wrong. So that is a service level indicator. In coming to our case in the cloud, it could be IT management software for servers like VMs, networks, databases and security. So the VMs performance is not good because of XYZ reason. So that is an indicator for you to find out whether that is working as expected or not, right? So this is coming to the error budgeting. Assume that your SLO is 99.5% uptime per month. Okay, that means your error budget is 0.5%. So assume that there is an incident took place on a first day or second day, which took almost 1.5 hours of the outage. Now you have lost approximately 1/3 of the error budget of this month. So how does this help you? This helps you to alert the threshold that you have already covered 1/3 of the error budget, and you will need to manage within the leftover budget for that particular month for the downtime. So you have to be very careful, especially for the service providers. It will be really helpful to manage their servers, because in case if they're not meeting the SLAs or SLOs, it is going to hit them very badly, because all the customers will start claiming for their losses. So that is the reason error budgeting is another important aspect. Probably you may not use that frequently. This can be applied in the dimension of availability or latency, as I mentioned earlier. That could be a performance, right? So all those aspects you can consider error budgeting. Moving on to the other terms, MTTR, MTBF, MTTF, MTTD, MTBF. There are more than 10 similar terminologies. You don't need to really worry about all of them. But yeah, let us just check what is that. Mean time to repair, mean time between failure, mean time to failure, mean time to detect, mean time to investigate, right? Also MTRS, mean time to restore service, MTBSI, mean time between system incidents. These are the few parameters we usually consider when when the system got failed. Let me just explain you a little bit about that. The average time to repair and restore a failed system, that is a MTTR. The next one may give you more information about this. Let me move to the next slide. As I mentioned, these are the few different areas: mean time to repair, the average time to repair and restore the failed system. So between this box and this box, what are the begin to repair and end to repair. Coming to the MTBF, that is from first failure to the second failure. So the average operational time between one device failure to another system breakdown on the next one. So that is the MTBF, mean time between failure, mean time to repair. So the next one is mean time to detect, MTTD. So this is the average time between the onset of a problem and when the organization detects it. Basically it is the amount of the time to detect failure since the failure have started. So it is just only the detection part, that average time taken. The next one is MTBF, mean time between failure, the average operational time between one device failure or system breakdown to the next one. So the entire area. This picture give you the clarity on what parameter and when that will start. It is all about the time, right? So from which time to which time, and which how much time it is taken, average time taken to repair and restore the system, or when it is restored with the correct behavior to the till the next failure. So just understand at least what is that. Maybe based on the situation you can make use of this terminology during the interviews. I'll come up with many more terms. Thanks for watching my video.